Council meeting of January the 26th is called to order. Councilman Gintrup.
To read an excerpt from the very last speech Ronald Reagan gave before he left the presidency, January 1989. I think it's fitting to leave one final thought, an observation about our country, which I love. It was stated best in a letter I received not long ago. A man wrote me and said, "You can go to live in France, but you cannot become a Frenchman. You can go to live in Germany or Turkey or Japan, but you cannot become a German, a Turk, or a Japanese. But anyone from any corner of the earth can come to live in America and become an American." This, I believe, is one of the most important sources of America's greatness. We lead the world because among nations, unique among nations, we draw our people, our strength from every country and every corner of the world. And by doing so, we continuously renew and enrich our nation. While other countries cling to the stale past, here in America, we breathe life into dreams. We create the future, and the world follows us into tomorrow. Thanks to each wave of new arrivals to this land of opportunity, we are a nation forever young, forever bursting with energy and new ideas, and always on the cutting edge, always leading the world to the next frontier. This quality is vital to our future as a nation. If we ever close the door to new Americans, our leadership in the world would soon be lost. Please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Call roll.
The Honorable Greg Knutson, Mayor.
I'm right here.
Harold Phillips, Councilmember First Ward.
Present.
Shelton Ponder, Councilmember First Ward.
Present.
Kelly Renposel, Councilmember Second Ward.
Present.
Adam Travis, Councilmember Second Ward.
Present.
Kevin Graham, Councilmember Third Ward.
Present.
Jeff Watt, Councilmember Third Ward.
Present.
Gene Gintrup, Councilmember Fourth Ward.
Present.
Michael Hagan, Councilmember Fourth Ward.
Present.
First item on the agenda is regular session minutes of November the 10th, 2025.
Move its approval.
Second.
Been a motion, second, any discussion? All's in favor, raise your right hand. All's opposed?
Absence on November 10th.
Minutes are approved. Next item is study session summary of November the 17th, 2025.
Move their approval.
There's been
Second.
a motion and a second. Any discussion? All's in favor, raise your right hand. All's opposed? Summary has been approved. Next item is regular session minutes of December the 8th, 2025.
Move their approval. Second.
Been a motion, second, any discussion? All's in favor, raise your right hand. All's opposed?
Abstain due to absence.
The minutes are approved for December the 8th. The next item on the agenda is the Clay County 250 Challenge Coin. We have Commissioner Scott Wagner here tonight.
Good evening, and thank you for the opportunity to visit with you this evening and make this presentation. I believe that this body, because your mayor has insisted upon it, is very much aware that this year we celebrate the 250th anniversary of the founding of this nation. A nation that I still think is the greatest in the world, and I think all of you would agree. Despite even some of our missteps and tripping from time to time, I think on the whole we still prove out why this nation is so great. And I can't help but reflect on the councilman's quote from Ronald Reagan a few moments ago, because I think it's very apropos, but I may go one further in that once you become an American, once you are an American, how can you make sure that you build an even stronger America? And that's what we're here to try to do, to celebrate this evening and from now through July 4th, 2026. This Clay County 250 is in the spirit, I think, of our forefathers, not something that was created by government, but created by volunteers. People who feel strongly about this country and want to celebrate it and want to try to create a better America. And the way we do that is honestly by challenging ourselves to become a more engaged American, to become more involved in its government, to become more knowledgeable citizens on how it operates, and thus hopefully create a better government, a better America in the process. So how we do that is through a number of tasks that we ask citizens to perform. And whether you are an adult or you're a student, there is an opportunity for you to do that. And whether that is writing or meeting a public official or attending a public meeting like this one, whether it is visiting one of our many historic sites or museums, whether it is completing community service, whether it is participating in America's Field Trip, which is a nationwide student contest sponsored by America 250, or participating in America 250's Our American Story by nominating a living person whose story needs to be shared and preserved, or if you're a student being active in a student organization. Long story short, there are many ways to become more engaged and more knowledgeable about the world around you and engage more in government at every level. And that's what we're here to celebrate and promote and push. And perhaps with that, we want to get onto that celebration. So for those who actually participate and get all their points and put it on our website, which by the way, you can find this at claycounty250.org, you will get one of these, a challenge coin. And that challenge coin says, I accepted the Citizen Challenge, and on its back it reads, to keep the republic, you must practice citizenship. I think something that we would all agree is a very important aspect of our own interaction with our government. So, with that, we've had a few people who have taken the challenge and accepted it, and who are here to receive their challenge coins this evening. So I'd like to bring up Peggy Hauser and Tony Myers. I checked that they were here. They are here. So I'll have them come on up. And I want to present each of you with your challenge coin on behalf of the Clay County 250 Committee. And before it's picture time, I do have to give some credit to a few folks who have really been a part of this, including your own Harold Phillips, who actually traveled to one of the America 250 events to find out a little bit more about what's going on, who brought back a lot of ideas and a lot of enthusiasm. I want to thank you publicly for that. Folks like Linda Tyree, who I believe used to work for this fine body many years ago. Jim Oldebecken and others who have really stepped forward to do this. Without them and other volunteers that are stepping forward, these presentations could not happen. And finally, because I believe I'm required to do this, I have to thank the Missouri Humanities Council, who gave us some funds to be able to put up the website, which you can find at claycounty250.org to find out more about what we're doing. Without them, we couldn't do what we're doing, and so we want to thank them. But with that, thank you for your indulgence this evening. I believe Councilman Phillips has a challenge for all of you, which I think he set out last week, and I'll probably say it again before I go.
End of April.
All right. I got a lot more coins where these came from, and I look forward to getting those to you. But thank you again. This is important. This is what we hope to be our legacy, that what carries on after our 250th celebration of America are the engaged electorate here in Clay County who will go on to do many great things on behalf of Clay County and the country. With that, thank you all for your attention.
Hey, can you smile for us?
For me.
All of you. This is great.
Well, you want to be in a picture too?
No.
Come up there.
No.
Yes. Yes.
Oh, yeah, up here. Yeah. Come on up here.
If you all three could come stand
Yeah.
here, and if you all could stand and maybe squeeze in.
Sure.
You direct this.
Here's what we'll do.
You guys gotta get in tight shape.
And we'll kind of slide to the other side.
Jeez, you gotta get in tight.
Take it easy.
Tony, you're looking good, friend.
Thank you.
Try to smile.
Yeah.
We'll go here first. All right. sorry. On the phones.
Being in a Little League game.
Johnny, bring it. Okay.
Should we be saying?
Good?
thank
Oh,
you?
oh, oh.
Thank you.
Oh, they're good.
Okay. Congratulations.
Oh, what, are we
Oh.
doing one more? What are we doing?
One more with the coin?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Guys. I'm done here.
That's okay.
Thank you.
Awesome, thank you.
Great job.
Congratulations. That's great, thank you.
Good job.
Commissioner, how often are you gonna come back and do this? Is this like a, once a month, or is this gonna be?
So I believe it is the fourth Monday of the month. We intend to come here with whomever we have. For
Perfect.
Liberty. So, I look forward to seeing you at least once a month, whether you wanna see me or not, Mayor.
Hey, this is a great thing you're doing. We're really happy to partner with you. It's part of our America 250 celebration in Liberty. We started, our first event was a week ago Friday. We had a patriotic concert with nationally acclaimed Grammy award-winning opera singers that came to Liberty and performed. It was a fantastic event. Started with God Bless America and ended with the Battle Hymn of the Republic, and it was just a really wonderful thing to start the year off. And I think this is going to be great for you to come once a month, and hopefully we'll get a lot of citizens that will earn their challenge coin, including Councilman Phillips.
Yes, sir.
All right. Next item on the agenda is consent agenda.
Move its approval.
Been a motion, second, any discussion? All in favor, raise your right hand. All opposed, consent agenda passes unanimously. Next item is ordinance acknowledging vendor payments for the period of January the 2nd, 2026 to January the 16th, 2026.
Move their approval.
Second.
Been a motion, second, any discussion? Call the roll.
Councilmember Phillips?
Yes.
Councilmember Ponder?
Yes.
Councilmember Posel?
Yes.
Councilmember Travis?
Yes.
Councilmember Graham?
Yes.
Councilmember Watt?
Yes.
Councilmember Ginthrop?
Yes.
Councilmember Hagan?
Yes.
Ordinance approved vendor payments passes unanimously as approved by the mayor. The next item is ordinance accepting and approving a final plat for MetroBloks, one lot on 28.93 acres at 2515 Old Hughes Road in the city of Liberty, Clay County, Missouri. P&Z Case 26-04FP.
Move to waive the rules, consider on first reading.
Second.
Second.
Been a motion second to waive the rules, consider on first reading. All those in favor raise your right hand. All those opposed, motion to waive the rules passes unanimously.
Move its approval.
Second.
Been a motion second, any discussion? All those in favor raise your right hand. All those opposed, ordinance passes unanimously as approved by the mayor. The next item is an ordinance approving a guaranteed pricing agreement with Challenger Teamwear Group for FY 2026 adult and youth sports apparel, youth soccer, an amount not to exceed $13,355.
Move the
rules, consider on first reading.
Second.
Been a motion second to waive the rules, consider on first read. All those in favor raise your right hand. All those opposed, motion to waive the rules passes unanimously.
Move its approval.
Second.
Been a motion second to approve the ordinance. Any discussion? All those in favor raise your right hand. All those opposed?
Abstain due to potential conflict of interest.
The ordinance passes and is approved by the mayor. The next item is an ordinance approving a guaranteed pricing agreement with Custom Graphics for FY 2026 adult and youth sports apparel, youth baseball, softball jerseys, baseball caps, and basketball jerseys in an amount not to exceed $29,483.50.
Move to waive the rules, consider on first reading.
Second.
Been a motion second to waive the rules and consider on first read. All those in favor raise your right hand. All those opposed, motion to waive the rules passes unanimously.
Move its approval.
Second.
Been a motion second to approve the ordinance. Any discussion? All those in favor raise your right hand. All those opposed?
Abstain.
Ordinance passes and is approved by the mayor. The next item is an ordinance approving a guaranteed pricing agreement with TW Custom Branding for FY 2026 adult and youth sports apparel. Biddy Sports in an amount not to exceed $4,791.
Move to waive the rules and consider on first read.
Second.
There's been a motion second to waive the rules and consider on first read. All in favor raise your right hand. All those opposed, motion to waive the rules passes unanimously.
Move its approval.
Second.
Been a motion second to approve the ordinance. Any discussion? All those in favor raise your right hand. All those opposed?
Abstain.
Abstain.
The ordinance passes and is approved by the mayor. The next item is an ordinance approving a contract with the City of Liberty and weather or not weather service in an amount not to exceed $23,185.
Move to waive the rules, consider on first read.
Second.
It's been a motion second to waive the rules, consider on first read. All those in favor, raise your right hand. All those opposed, motion to waive the rules passes unanimously.
Move its approval.
Second.
It's been a motion and a second to approve the ordinance. Any discussion? All those in favor, raise your right hand. All those opposed, ordinance passes unanimously and is approved by the mayor. The next item is an ordinance approving an agreement with Victory Pyrotechnics and Special Effects for fireworks display for the July 3rd Liberty Fest in an amount not to exceed $45,000.
Move to waive the rules, consider this on first read.
Second.
Been a motion, second to waive the rules, consider on first read. All those in favor, raise your right hand. All those opposed, motion to waive the rules passes unanimously.
Move for approval. Second.
Been a motion, second to approve the ordinance. Any discussion? All those in favor, raise your right hand. All those opposed, that's for the waiver, was it? Ordinance passes unanimously, is approved by the mayor. The next item is an ordinance granting an easement conveyance to Evergy Metro Inc. for the electrical and communication transmission and distribution lines for the Ford stamping plant.
Move to waive the rules, consider on first read.
Second.
It's been a motion second to waive the rules and consider on first read. All those in favor, raise your right hand. All those opposed, motion to waive the rules passes unanimously.
Move to approval.
Second.
There's been a motion and a second to approve the ordinance. All in favor, raise your right hand. All those opposed, ordinance passes unanimously, is approved by the mayor. Next item is ordinance approving an agreement with Lubbert Engineering for professional stormwater consultation services in an amount not to exceed $9,950.
Move to waive the rules, consider on first read.
Second.
Been a motion second to waive the rules and consider on first read. All those in favor, raise your right hand. All those opposed, motion to waive the rules passes unanimously.
Move its approval.
Second.
There's been a motion second. Any discussion? All those in favor, raise your right hand. All those opposed, ordinance passes unanimously, is approved by the mayor. The next item is an ordinance amending ordinance number 12191, approving a construction manager at-risk guaranteed maximum price amendment number 2 with McCown Gordon Construction for the police expansion project number 25-014 by increasing the current contract amount by to $20 million. Huh? No? $20,525,270. Okay. Is there a motion to waive the rules, consider on first read?
Move to waive the rules, consider this on first read.
Second.
Been a motion second to waive the rules, consider on first read. All those in favor, raise your right hand. All those opposed, motion to waive the rules passes unanimously.
Is that written correctly?
Yeah, that's confusing.
Because it is an amendment to an original contract, which was in the amount of $464,585,000. It is an increase of $20,060,685 to $25,270. Sorry.
But we're increasing it, the ordinance is to increase it to $20,525,270. That's what the
Yes.
motion to waive the rules.
Or the
Yep.
construction of the.
Yeah.
Right, yeah.
You good?
If y'all are,
Okay.
you know how I am with the numbers, but it seems odd to me.
I know, same. I'm
We're
not
gonna
good with
increase it by
numbers.
$20 million?
But it's increasing by 464,
No,
right?
No.
No?
Cherries.
Cherries.
So it's going up.
We're hiring them to do
464.
the construction.
This is within the budget of what we had budgeted.
Right, yes.
Yes.
We always knew this was coming.
Increasing it a little over $20 million for a total project with McCown Gordon of $20,525,270. That's our price to do the police expansion. That's the total construction price.
Right.
The total project cost is slightly under,
Okay,
right
now I
around
see.
24 million, because there's other engineering fees, soft costs, and so forth on it.
Okay.
Yes, we're in budget.
It's not an over budget by
Yes.
20 million. It is.
Yeah.
Thank you.
It was.
It's hiring them to do the work.
Yeah, it's,
It was 464,000. Now
Phase
we're
of the
going-
project we're in.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is the
Just-
next phase.
Call me slow, okay?
And me also, because
To
I was
to
like.
your point, it does read when you just read the one sentence.
Thank
I
you.
appreciate the oversight to ask that question.
Thank you. It was a sci-fi weekend. I'm still on Mars. Coming
Apparently
back.
so am I.
Just for the people at home, this has always been within budget and expected, and this
Yes.
this is the price that we anticipated, and we're going from 464,585 to $20,525,270, which is the expected
Yes.
construction cost.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Got it.
That makes
I'm
sense.
with you now.
All right, so we're gonna start over. Is there a motion to waive the rules and consider on first read?
So moved.
Yes.
It's been a motion second to waive the rules and consider on first read. All in favor, raise your right hand. All is opposed. Motion to waive the rules passes unanimously.
Move its approval. Second.
There's been a motion and a second on the ordinance. Any discussion? Any further discussion? All those in favor, raise your right hand. All those opposed, the ordinance passes unanimously and is approved by the mayor. The next item is a resolution of the City Council of the City of Liberty, Clay County, Missouri, declaring a moratorium on multifamily developments in the City of Liberty, and that such moratoriums remain in effect for 3 months unless extended or replaced by an amending ordinance.
Move its approval.
Second.
Been a motion and a second. Any discussion? All those, yes, sir.
Okay, I want to clarify. We said, at our last meeting, this could be less than 3 months.
Yes,
I just wanted to clarify that it could be less than 3.
that's right. Any, Mr. Gittrell?
So is our plan then to have a study session to really dig down into this?
Yep.
Yeah.
Only question I
It'll
have.
be our next meeting.
Next meeting?
It'll be our next meeting,
All right.
February 2nd.
Any further discussion? All those in favor, raise your right hand. All those opposed, resolution passes unanimously. The next item is citizens' participation. Anyone wishing to come forward and speak tonight, come on up.
Big Salmon. My husband, Steve Salmon, was a Liberty firefighter for over 20 years. He served the city proudly and without hesitation. He died as a result of occupational cancer, something which no one, including the city of Liberty, disputes. I want to be clear that what I'm about to say is in no way a reflection of Liberty firefighters. Those men and women who were by me and Steve's sides during his last precious days on this earth were unmatched. We were each surrounded by love and support from so many firefighters, day and night. I will forever be grateful to each of them. This is also in no way a reflection of Dash Monument, a locally owned business who stepped up to serve when asked. They created a beautiful memorial for my husband and others. Recently, the City of Liberty created a social media post to share the memorial medallions that were created to honor local heroes. The photo they posted was of a medallion that was placed next to my husband's grave. The city decided that my husband's final resting place was the perfect shot to share what an amazing thing they've done. To be clear, no personal information was shown in that post, but the headstone was immediately recognizable by myself and our family. Included in their social media post was the beautiful sentiment, quote, "These medallions will be placed at the gravesite of Liberty firefighters who are no longer with us, serving as lasting symbols of honor, remembrance, and gratitude. Through this effort, we ensure their service, sacrifice, and legacy are never forgotten." It was a very well-written public tribute. The problem is, while publicly the City of Liberty is extremely supportive of their first responders, privately they are not. Publicly, they're patting themselves on the back. Privately, they have been and still are actively fighting my husband's workers' compensation claim. Please let that sink in. For the last 18 months, over a year and a half now, my husband and I have been trying to get the city to cover Steve's medical bills, none of which they have. The amount of medical bills generated in a few very short weeks fighting metastatic pancreatic cancer is quite intimidating. Even more sadly, Steve is not the only Liberty firefighter for whom the city is actively denying workers' compensation claims. Please let that sink in as well. These men and women sign up to serve the public, and they're being denied workers' compensation by the very city they serve. Adding insult to injury, the City of Liberty chose to show an inordinate amount of disrespect to my husband with the timing of their post. January is Firefighter Cancer Awareness Month, officially recognized in the United States and Canada, as well as countries across the world. United Kingdom, New Zealand, and Australia are just some of the countries that recognize the seriousness and dangers of cancer and firefighting. According to IAFF data, over 3/4 of line-of-duty deaths are directly attributed to occupational cancer. The federal government in December signed into law the Honoring Our Fallen Heroes Act, a law for protections at a federal level for line-of-duty deaths due to occupational cancer for firefighters. The state of Missouri has a presumptive positive law for occupational cancer for firefighters, but unless and until you get approved for workers' compensation, no family can access those benefits. For the last year and a half, the City of Liberty, while publicly acknowledging that Steve died due to occupational cancer, they have also actively denied our family from being able to move forward with any legally allowed benefits for Steve's death. What did they do? Post a photo of my husband's grave with a medallion to show a lasting symbol of honor, remembrance, and gratitude so that his service and sacrifice is not forgotten. A better way to honor my husband and others would be to stop fighting their workers' compensation claims, allow the families that are still grieving the loss of their loved ones, by the way, to proceed with the process to collect the benefits that are due to their firefighter. That truly is the least that the City of Liberty can do for their heroes.
Anyone else on citizens participation? All right, that closes citizens participation. Is the City of Liberty fighting the workers' compensation?
No.
Can you, cause my understanding was is that the City of Liberty was not in fact fighting workers' comp benefits. Can you get, that was my understanding. Can you?
It's a third-party thing, and it's a state thing. I mean, we tried to make the best case scenario for the firefighter, and they denied us. So it wasn't the City of Liberty.
So did the City of Liberty attempt to get workers' comp benefits?
Absolutely.
Okay. Can we just make sure of that? Cause that was always my understanding, so this is news to me, and I'd like to, my understanding was that the City of Liberty had tried to get workers' compensation benefits in this situation, and that it was a third party that had denied it.
That's correct.
So would you just check on that to make sure that the facts are accurate?
I know the facts. I mean,
Okay.
it's the state that denied it, and there's nothing more that we can do.
Okay. Ms. Cook, do you have anything? Okay. Mr. Phillips.
Couple of things. Wanted to congratulate Ms. Hauser and Mr. Myers for their challenge coin that they earned, and hopefully we will do that. Hopefully Mr. Myers is on the America 250 Planning Committee. Hopefully others on that group will do that, as well as a number of people within the City of Liberty. Hopefully we will do that. I'd also like to make a statement, if I may. Reflecting on recent events in Minneapolis, I want to say this to Mr. Winson, to Chief Martin, and every member of the Liberty Police Department. I'm thankful that what America has witnessed and continues to witness from ICE and CBP are not behaviors that have or will happen with Liberty law enforcement officers. This is because our police force has received proper training. They have quality supervision. There are systems of accountability in place. The Liberty Police Department and its men and women have earned respect rather than a need to act like schoolyard bullies. And as one Liberty citizen, I'm grateful and I'm thankful. I wish we could say the same for two federal agencies that are seeking to wreak havoc on American citizens and cities and on the lives of decent American citizens. That's all I have to say. Thank you.
Well, I just wanted to thank everyone who attended the second annual Real Liberty Film Festival event, despite the crazy cold weather this weekend.
Real
It-
cold Liberty.
Real, oh, I'll have to use that. Very good. Real Cold Liberty Film Festival. It was again a fun event, and Mr. Travis and I are wearing our official
I
t-shirts.
did forget the pen. I'm actually a little jealous. You outswag me.
Yeah,
That's
I
impressive.
got.
That doesn't happen often.
Got my lapel pin of my.
on the jersey the next day.
So, bear with me while I publicly thank a few people who made it all possible. Janine Till, Kat Sharp, Claire Rogers, Bailey Ball, Garrett Brown, Carly Scheider, Christian Vetter, Katie McDonald, and Brian Kelly. B&B Theater employees Paul Farnsworth, Chris Stickner, Nathan Campbell, and Bradley. I'm sorry, Bradley, I don't know your last name. Johnny's Jazz Bar and Grill employee Cole Watkins. The Liberty Area Chamber of Commerce for their use of their platform for our ticket sales. And also the support of the mayor, the city council, and the Liberty Arts Commission. Those of us on the subcommittee for the film festival truly enjoy every piece of putting this festival together for Liberty. We work well together because we love this. And also please watch for the next film festival, the America 250 Film Festival Lights, Camera, Liberty, happening on Labor Day, September 7th. This is a project that the mayor is heavily involved with, and we're excited to partner with him on this project. So thank you to Liberty for coming out. That's all I have.
Good job.
Yeah, I'll be quick. In sports, there are sayings like when a boxer is a good hitter, that he'll punch above his weight. Punter can outkick his coverage. Comments like that are sports sayings. I'm saying this for you, Mr. Winston, so you'll follow. Okay, all right. And that's how I feel Liberty is all the time. We're a small city, and in just the last 2 weeks since we've met, we are doing things that cities 10 times our size aren't doing. The America 250, the real Liberty, Real Cold Liberty Film Festival, the concert that we did. I mean, these were world-class events. I mean, we had people coming in from the farthest. Mayor, we had somebody from Massachusetts. Was it Massachusetts for the concert? And for those of you who couldn't make it, and understand, opera's not my thing, but I was profoundly excited about it, and it lived up to expectations. There were 4 performers at Second Baptist Church, and they all had a very strong Liberty connection. They either studied here, lived here, or grew up here. And some still do. So one of them does all 3, I guess. If you closed your eyes, I absolutely believe you would not know that you were in Second Baptist Church in Liberty, Missouri. It was fantastic. It is the kind of vision that this city has, and it is the kind of talent that we create and we at least nurture. And it made me proud to be from Liberty, and these are the things that we do, and we are definitely punching above our weight. So I was very, very proud of our last 2 weeks here.
And Councilman, I'll just add that there's more to come. The mayor has several announcements that are probably gonna come February and March, and they're outstanding, so.
Although I do want to say, outkicking your coverage is a bad thing, so we didn't do that.
Well, I know, but it's
Fair
it's
I got you.
only you.
Yeah.
You're not an expert on football, by the way.
Clearly.
It's all bad. Yeah, I don't have much to add to all of this. Attended Friday night of the film festival, went off well. I think everybody enjoyed themselves and had a great time. And then was hopeful to make it on Saturday, but the weather, of course, kept many of us away on that day. But did hear good things about it. And although I didn't make the Friday actual concert event, I was invited to the dress rehearsal by the mayor and Mr. Belcher. one of the singers there, and went on Thursday with the intent of staying maybe for half an hour to hear a few songs. And the mayor and I were there for the entire thing. It was very moving, and if the final performance, I'm sure on Friday, was better than what we saw, but if it was half as good as what we saw, it was still phenomenal. Because what they did was quite extraordinary, and to have 4 Grammy award winning, or 4 artists and 4 Grammys amongst them. I don't know who all has them or who has more than one, but regardless, to have that kind of performance, if you were to be a citizen, want to attend a concert by them, it would have cost you a couple $100 probably to get in the door, and we provided this to our citizens free of charge. We punched above our weight, big time. So anyway, it's a great kickoff to the Liberty Celebrates America 250 that we have, and a lot of more great things coming. So looking forward to it.
Well, with all this sports analogy, I guess I better say I love the cold weather. Okay, now, anyway, it's good being here again to start off the new year, seeing some of the familiar faces, a couple of new faces, but wonderful things are happening all across the country, in spite of the bad things that are taking place. I am a firm believer that we will make things better before they get worse. It takes all of us to do it. We all come with our own, I say, experiences. Some people call it baggage, but we all come with something that needs attention, and the first thing is civility, acceptance of others' shortcomings, intentions, or whatever. And what we've witnessed in this country is phenomenal, phenomenal. I had the opportunity to spend time with a 17-year-old granddaughter who they're rocking it. There are kids coming out of high school now who look at the situations that we're dealing with as, they say, adults, and in some ways we're out kicking the coverage. Is that the way it goes? But and in other ways, we need to find a new punter. But that being the case, I was able to attend holidays, come back home, and then to be invited to my granddaughter's press conference. Someone said, was it for sports? I said, hell no, it's for academics. Although she is a golfer, and she chose Howard University. That just blew a lot of people away, considering some of the other schools, but she had Howard on her head since 6th grade, and has done some phenomenal things. I look at the young people, and I'll tell all of you, I don't care how old you are or how young you are, keep infusing the positive in them, because they see the negative. All they do is turn on the television, which I think should be outlawed in some places. But it's just amazing that I come home, and as good as the trip was, there are other things that happen, the reality of tragedies. Until you have lost someone, and we can all pay lip service, etc., but through any means, loss is a horrible thing. Some people say, in time things go away. Nothing goes away that you've ever had. You just put it on another burner, or you take it off the stove. Let's embrace what we can. We'll make it better. If that's telling me to be quiet, I'm not. But anyway, it's folks, we have a long way to go. On Sunday, this coming Sunday, at the Garrison School Cultural Center, the Great African American Read-In is taking place from 2 o'clock till 4:30. And one of the things I noticed in reading the flyer was, it's informative, it's entertaining, it's encouraging, it's inspiring. There are many things that are engulfed in that, but it's all from the human endeavor. That's where it all originates. And when we can inform, entertain, reinforce, enforce, or whatever in a positive sense, we do not lose anything. When we close our ears, our hearts, and our minds to the things that are in front of us, then that's when we begin to do ourselves an injustice and all of those around us. Let's pray for America because it needs it. I'm just gonna say one more thing and then I'll pass the collection plate. What Gene read was very interesting because when you look back at history and you look at Ronald Reagan and watch his rise through the things that he's done from movie at governor, et cetera, et cetera, you can come here and be an American. That's interesting. Some of the people who are trying to come here to just enjoy this are facing horrible, horrible odds. I don't understand it. I do not understand it because there are ways that can be done, simple ways. You know, it doesn't take a PhD to tell you that if someone is hurting, what they need, if someone is being harassed, what they need. If you put yourself, if people put themselves where other people are, they'd have a different take on it. But there are callous people who have these laws, etc. And if more people stop coming, after a while, we're isolated. And in isolation, nothing grows. It becomes stagnant. We're at a point right now where either we will rise or we will keep the status quo or we will sink. And that can be done collectively because in 1962, I was in Biloxi, Mississippi, which was not a heyday. And we had to conform to the rules of segregation, white and colored fountains, sitting different places on the buses. But of course, Shelton Ponder and some of his cohorts wouldn't do that. We sat in the front of the bus. When we went downtown, we had to separate because the same guys we were eating with and doing things on base with, we had to separate. That was very chilling to me because I had come from liberty. I had seen segregation. I understood white and colored. And yet to be in that great fighting armada and it bowed to those horrible conditions. I said, in the summer of 1962, we were having a white and colored, as some people called us at that time, Negro, black, you were kind of horrible thing maybe. I said, we will be surprised one day that the enemy will not come from the outside. The enemy will be within. And someone wanted to bring me up on charges for possible treason. And I welcome that. I have lived long enough to be 82 years old and to witness what we're all witnessing. And somebody doesn't want us to see what we're seeing, accept it, but yet take what they're telling us as valid. Let's stay strong, because if we don't, we will not like the alternative. Thank you for your time.
Man, you gonna make me follow that?
No, I'll leave.
Mic drop, I love it. So one of my favorite moments whenever we're in here is always the Pledge of Allegiance. I think it's a great reset button, whether it be bi-weekly or that. But at the end, and I think it's funny you brought up the end, the Battle Hymn of the Republic, when we all sat there in the church at the end, they invited the four classically trained, invited the whole audience. And the first time it was a little quiet, and the second time it built up. And by the end, it's a full chorus of liberty, citizens, singing together. And it's hauntingly beautiful to watch us get casually invited by these great singers with the intimidation of an hour, and then by the end to be all singing in chorus with them as we finish up the event with everybody singing the Battle Hymn of the Republic. And that's this magic moment that I think will be burned in. But when you see that kind of civility and that kind of unison and that kind of pride we're taking in the 250 just on the kickoff, but to go from that into what we have for the year to the challenges facing the country, I think it's just that magical moment where I think in my head there'll always be the city of Liberty coming together to sing the Battle Hymn of the Republic. So that's just one of those moments that I hate that it was the first event, because I think it's gonna be very challenging for the top, because even just hearing the story, I'm hearing the city of Liberty singing the Battle Hymn of the Republic, hearing Gene sing that, and just having that kind of chorus in my head will just stand out. And I think that's just gonna be one of those really challenging moments and iconic moments of the 250 in general. That's all for me.
Very true.
I was just curious from the council perspective, with the work comp situation being denied at the state, is there anything any of us can do to help maybe get a change or a flip? You know, get with our state reps and senators about, you know, with the federal bill being passed, about getting a reversal? I'm just trying to think ahead, because obviously we've had firefighter Sandeman and also now Captain McElwee. I'm just thinking, sadly, we've got several coming through.
It would have to be at the legislative level.
Right.
So,
Okay.
yeah, you're right.
Fair enough. Thank you. That's all I've got.
Sorry I couldn't make it to you, the 250th celebration of Reel for Liberty. I've been sick about 10 days. But I'm sure these are great events. I do, especially because no one else brought it up, thank city staff for braving the severe cold in so many ways, like fixing water mains in the middle of the night. That had to be miserable.
It was.
Yeah. And there's no way of getting around it, you know, and of course the emergency crews, police, fire, and Lord knows how many other staff members that were out in the cold. But streets were, again, well taken care of. Appreciate that, and thanks staff. That's all I have.
We've had a lot of things going, and everybody's already touched on that, but one thing we forgot was the MLK celebration on Monday. And there was a great event at Liberty High School, and it's one of the things that I'm very proud of is that Kevin Graham and I were at the first Juneteenth celebration in Liberty at Bennett Park many years ago, and Jerry Kane, who's the former chaplain at Jewel, came up to me at the event and said that he remembers sitting next to my dad at the very first MLK celebration at Gano Chapel at William Jewell College 42 years ago. And I just looked up, that was 2 years before the federal holiday was recognized. So Liberty has always been on the cutting edge, has always been very progressive in many ways. And it's something that I'm very proud of, and I think that's pretty neat that we were doing a MLK celebration 2 years before they observed it at the federal level. And we have a long history of that, and so it's always great to go to that event, and that event will occur again next year, and if you can make it, it's a really great event. So we've been doing a lot of cool things, and the next American 250 event will be the Wine Walk, which is on February the 21st, I believe.
Yes.
February 21st, and so they're gonna be doing all American wines, so get online, get your tickets. We've got a lot of things that are happening, and it's gonna be a great year. And if there's nothing else, we are adjourned.